покажу. Итак, следующий проект представляет группа студентов, группа 6921Д Института истории социальной коммуникации и права ЛГПУ в составе Бекер Александра, Зюкова Святослава и Дмитриева Егора. Под руководством кандидата филологических наук была работа представлена доцента кафедры иностранных языков Евгении Николаевны Меркуловой. Представляет проект Дмитриев Егор. Тему он сам скажет.
Peter the First, the Great. Good afternoon. Today we are at an interactive exhibition dedicated to Peter the First. My name is Igor and I will be your guide. 2022 is year of the 350th birth anniversary of the first emperor of Russia. His contribution is available. Today we still live thanks to his reforms. And a close look at this era. Right now, you can see the map of the territory of Russian Empire under the reign of Peter I. As you can see, our territory has significantly expanded and acquired new borders. Let's remember which territories Peter I annexed to Russia. Yeah.
Peter I annexed the territory of Ingria, a part of Korea, Iceland, and Livonia.
Yes, you're right. As you know, in the 1700s there was the Great Northern War, which ended only in 1721. As a result of the Northern War on the Peace of Nystadt in 1721, Russia returned previously lost lands along the shores of the Gulf in Finland, Izhora, Karelia, and Ischias, Ladega, and Poles acquired former Swedish positions in Estonia and Livonia. Annexed the city of Vyborg with the district. However, military clashes are taking place not only from the site. At the very end of the 17th century, the Azov campaigns of Peter I led to the annexation of the eastern Azov region to Russia. In 1711, was also forced to abandon the protectorate over the Zaporozhye siege. Speaking reign, in addition to the external developments of our country, it is worth mentioning the internal ones, and the following exposition will help us in it. Speaking in the same year, Peter carried out the church reform. Yeah, this reform. Church reform. 1 second, please. Church reform, Northern War. The same church reform, which marked the beginning of the single period in the history of the Russian church. The aim of the reform was to reduce the influence of the church on the state. In 1700s, the Northern War began, which lasted until 1721. With the end of this war, Russia secured except the Baltic Sea and received a number of territories such as Estonia and Livonia. Russian victory in the Northern War marked the victory of the Russian warriors and Russian leopards. In 1703, in 1703. The city of St. Petersburg was founded on the land conquered from the Swedes, which later became the capital of the future empire. Also at this time, with the development of book printing, the newspaper Ведомости appeared. Peter the Great saw the paper as a tool that reinforced his authority over the country and educate his people. Peter himself actively contribution to Ведомости by selected content and making correction. And in 1721, in 1721, after the victory of the Russian Northern War, Peter proclaimed the new title of Emperor of all Russia. Let's move to the next exposition. Now you can see the wall of Peter the First. The well-known events of the period of Peter the First are given here. The Azov campaigns, which marked the beginning of the Russian fleet on the Black Sea, became the first steps of Peter's. Let's start with the Great Embassy. 1697, Peter and his associates went to Europe to gather information on the economic and cultural life of Europe and strengthen the anti-Turkish coalition. Turkish coalition. Foreign policy tension required establishing standing army and navy. A lot of Peter's efforts went into training a strong army. By the way, do you know the origin of a set phrase "Сено солома"? Soldiers were recruited from illiterate peasants who didn't know the words left and right. When teaching the drip step, Peter came up with the idea of tying seno hay and the left leg and right arm, soloma straw to the right leg and left arm. And the commands were given not left, right, only seno hay, soloma straw. The war with Turkey was unsuccessful. During the Prut campaign, Peter and his army were surrounded, but the diamonds that his wife Catherine gave helped negotiate with the Turkey. Despite the defeat by Turkey, the army and navy in Peter's time became one of the strongest in Europe. Mistakes make them stronger. And I like to ask a question. What events do you think changed the course of Russian history? Okay. Yeah, maybe. Else? Next.
So Russian domestic mission of Western Europe in 1697, led by Peter the Great. When he returned, he placed great emphasis in establishment of modern education system in Russia, as he had seen in those countries. Various secure schools were opened where the children of soldiers, officials, and churchmen could study.
Yeah, you're right. But the most important event was the war with Sweden. Here you can recall the great battle of Poltava in 1709 and the battle of Gangad in 1714. Now you have the opportunity to know about this battle in detail. Let's go to our touch screen. Let's go. As you know, in 2022, the Russian fleet returned 326 years old. Yeah, and the Russian Navy has won glories, whereas more than once, and one of them was the victory in the Battle of Gangad, which took place on August 7 and in 1714 during the Great Northern War. It was the first important victory of the Russian fleet in its history. Yeah. And for the emperor, it was a matter of honor for same. Russian galleries, small rowing vessels aimed with one or two guns that resist high maneuverability. You can see this. High maneuverability played an important role in this battle. You can view the model of the ship. Just use this touch screen. Yeah, let's look at the general plan and the force of the parties. What do you see? Can you guess the strategy the battle will follow? Let's watch the video. Battle of Gangad. So Russia has won a decisive victory. In honor of the victory, the Medal for Victory and Gangad was issued. 144 officers were awarded a gold medal. The Peter personality edited the victorious articles about Gangad sent German and Dutch newspapers. The winners of the battle enjoined St. Petersburg triumphantly. The main thing it was this victory in unassuming by naval standard became a sign the Russian called defeat the Swedes at sea, and in 1721 Russian world became an empire. At the end of our excursion, it is most important to notice that through Peter the Great's numerous reforms, Russia made incredible progress in the development of its economy, science, education and trade, culture and foreign policy. Before getting acquainted with the exhibit display yourselves, I offer you take a quiz. 1 second, please. let's go the scan code and answer the questions. You can touch this. You just answer the questions in QR code. But I thank you for attention and participants. You can get acquainted with this room and this room yourself. Thank you.